What's going on, everybody? In today's video, I want to explain to you guys and really break down why body composition is so much more important than losing weight. So we're going to get straight into it. No bullshit. Stay till the end of this video for a bonus tip. Now let's get straight into it. Now, I want to take you guys beyond the scale and why body composition matters more than weight loss. So majority of people, when they're trying to lose weight and get in shape, they focus on weight loss rather than improving their body composition. Now, these are two very separate things. One being you're trying to lose weight, and two being body composition. You're trying to increase muscle mass, decrease fat, regardless of what your body weight is. And we're going to break down why that's so much more important than just worrying about how much you weigh. This is what I'm pretty much getting to right now, is the weight loss myth. The scale doesn't tell you the whole story. It just tells you how much you weigh. It doesn't tell you how much lean muscle mass you have. It doesn't tell you what your BMI is. Doesn't tell you how much water weight you have. So it's using just a weigh scale to track your progress can be very misleading. And you may think you're on the right track, but you're really doing more damage than good. And this is just going in depth explaining what body composition is, right? Two people at identical weights can look completely different. You can see on the left-hand side that this guy has a lot more fat on him than this guy on the right, even though they weigh the same. And it's very true. You know, if you take my weight, height, for example, I'm 5'7", 185 pounds. If I just walked into a doctor's office or told that a doctor, or even better, if I punch in my height and weight in a BMI calculator. They have online calculators where you can calculate your body mass index and your fat ratio. It's going to spit a number and tell me that I'm overweight. It doesn't know that I'm on the verge of looking like a Greek god. You know what I mean? It doesn't account for muscle mass. I have a higher percentage of muscle mass than your average person. And that's what body composition is all about. And improving that body composition is going to do so much more for you than just losing weight. We're not too worried about people's metabolism slowing down. We could talk about that and go into more depth as well. But now, to fully break down your body composition, it's what makes up the weight in your body, which is your bone mass, all your water weight, your fat, and your muscle. So you want to be increasing this, decreasing this. Your bone mass is going to stay the same, and your water weight is going to fluctuate from your day-to-day basis. And it may be many pounds. It may be up to like 4, 5, 6, 7 pounds in water weight. If you're, depending on your sodium intake and depending on how much water you're intaking per day, is going to change how much you weigh per day. And now we're just getting into some of the benefits of why focusing on gaining lean muscle and not just losing weight and trying to make a lifestyle routine around improving your body composition is going to be so much better than just losing weight. The more lean muscle mass you have, and the more you're going to the gym and training and not just going on some crazy diet to lose pounds, you are going to reduce your risk to heart disease or any cardiovascular disease. It's going to also improve your metabolism. The more lean muscle mass that you have, the better your metabolism is actually going to be. And just the overall better of life that you're going to have, being in good shape, not being this frail, skinny person that's actually on an unhealthy diet. Now, I want to start to talk about the downside of weight-focused approaches. You know, if you go on some crazy diet and you lose a ton of weight, yes, you may be losing weight, but is it healthy for you? Not necessarily. It might not be good for you. You could go and starve yourself and lose a ton of weight, but you're going to be losing a lot of muscle in that weight. It's not all going to be fat. It's going to be a lot of muscle mass as well. You're going to slow down your metabolism if you just are always worried about how many calories you're eating and you starve yourself. You're going to lose your metabolism. You're going to slow it right down because your body goes into starvation mode. And next up, the fat preservation. This is exactly what I'm talking about. When you starve your body, it goes into survival mode. And your body doesn't know when its next meal is going to be. So what does it do? Everything that you eat, it just hangs on to those calories because it doesn't know when you're going to be feeding it next. And then for the last part of it, it's just a psychological mind fuck, okay? You're just putting your body through torture, and the real progress of improving your body composition or getting into good shape doesn't have to be torture. It could just be small lifestyle changes that you make that can make the world of a difference in the long term, in 6 to 9 months. You could be a completely different person. Nothing happens overnight. You're not going to do some magic diet and in 1 month be in the best shape of your life. It's just not going to work out like that. It doesn't matter what you take. You can be doing fucking steroids for all I know. You're still not going to get the results that you think you can. You need to be taking things slow and steady, one thing at a time, make small changes, and don't worry about what the scale says, and improve your body composition. This is what this whole presentation is about. This is what I'm trying to get through to everybody's head. Because so many people are worried about how much they weigh. I don't care how much I weigh. You know what? 185 pounds. There's people my height that are 140 pounds. There's also people my height that are 260 pounds. That may or may not be extremely obese or extremely jacked. It's all relative to you. You don't need to worry about what the next guy looks like. You just need to focus on yourself. Now, this slide is just going into different ways that you can measure your body mass index or figure out where you are on the body mass scale. How good is your body composition? There's a lot of tests that are very extreme expensive. You're not going to be able to get access to these tests. So instead of doing all these, I have a solution that is after this slide. But to start to improve your body composition, what we could really start to focus on is if you're not going to the gym and you want to start to improve your body composition, start going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week. Even if you fall on the lower end of that because you're newer and you've never been to the gym or you haven't gone in a while, you fell out of your grind, whatever it may be, even going to the gym 3 times a week is going to start to make a significant difference in your body composition over an extended period of time. Now, for your protein intake, I highly suggest at least 1 gram of protein per pound to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. It's going to help raise your metabolism, boost muscle growth, muscle recovery. And yes, protein is very important. It is the core fundamentals of growing and building muscle, and that's what we're looking to improve here. Now, if you're on the heavier side and you want to lose body fat, you don't have to be starving yourself. You just have to eat a little bit less than what you were currently eating, right? 250 to 500 calories less, and you're going to be right on track to getting shredded and getting the dream body of your life. And when I say 250 to 500 calories less than what you eat, no, it is less than your maintenance. But to find your maintenance, there's a couple different tests you can conduct online, punching them into the calculators, but I don't suggest you do that. They are very general. I suggest you track your food, everything that you eat before you go on a diet without changing what you're eating for 1 week and see what your typical day is like. If you're eating 3,000 calories a day and you've been gaining X amount of pounds a week, you know you got to drop it down, try 25, see how your body reacts over the next week. And go from there, right? Your body's like one big science experiment. So the faster that you start tracking your calories to see where you're at, the better off you're going to be. And if you're still not losing weight after dropping your calories, you're going to have to drop it a little bit more. And you'd be surprised if you don't track your calories, how many calories you're actually eating in a day. Even myself, before I ever tracked my calories, first of all, you could tell my physique, I wasn't tracking my calories. And secondly, I was eating roughly 3,500 to 4,500 calories a day, which is absurd. You don't need to be eating that much food. It's overkill. That's what kept me hanging on to my stubborn body fat. And it wasn't until I started tracking my calories and I dropped my calories way down to 24, 2,300 and slowly kept dropping them down where I started to get into amazing shape. And last but not least, nutrient density. I want you guys to be eating nutrient dense foods, nutrient whole foods, not fucking protein bars and all this bullshit, eating processed food. Eat chicken, steak. We have tons of videos on this already. If you want, I'm going to tag another video in the top right corner, top left corner, and you guys can check that out. It's a full breakdown on exactly how to get into the best shape of your life. I've broken it down to a T. And with that being said, I want to move on. So now the mental shift, the mental side of things, how to prepare your mental to do this. You need to be setting goals for yourself and not weight goals, okay? You have a shirt where, you know, your stomach's poking out a little bit or it just doesn't fit you right. I want you to go to the gym and track your progress using that shirt. You know, in 6 months you put that shirt on, it's going to fit you completely different once you go on a diet and change your lifestyle. The best way to track progress, I'm not saying don't hop on the scale. I'm just saying that when you use a scale, a weight scale, you got to take it with a grain of salt, okay? So while you're tracking your body using a weight scale, you're also going to be taking progress photos and you're going to be tracking your progress with the same shirt that you wear. And that is how you're going to understand if you're improving your body composition or not. Set daily activities for yourself as well, whether it's going on small walks, hitting X amount of steps a day, being active. All these little things, they add up. And when you make a routine and you start to do these things more frequently and 3, 4, 5 times a week or even every day, that's going to make the biggest impact. And it's just the smallest things, guys. It could be going on a walk 15 minutes after you eat dinner. You know, I know everybody's busy, everybody has their own life, but I would like to think that everybody could spare 15 minutes in their day. Maybe not even every day, okay? Even if you did it 3, 4 times a week, you're going to reap the rewards of it. Guys, consistency is key. And last but not least, you got to find enjoyment in the process. You got to enjoy the journey. Because if you're not enjoying bettering yourself and being on this self-development journey, then it's going to be a nightmare for you. And you know, once you start breaking those plateaus and hitting your goals, the fulfillment that you get is just unbeatable. It's better than any drug or anything that I've ever done. And now these are just some other benefits of improving your body composition and not worrying completely, wholeheartedly what the scale says. You know, you're going to reduce your heart risk disease. You're going to increase your metabolism. You're going to be less injury prone and you're going to reduce your inflammation just from eating an overall better diet, right? Which is awesome. And now, guys, just to sum things up, if you're doing regular physical activity and you are focusing, tracking your macros, calculating how much food you're eating on the daily with balancing your nutrition and having your mental mind game of being patient and persistent, you could smash any fucking goal that you have. And me, I did this. I got into amazing shape by following a system that I built exactly like this to a T. You know, I track my macros. I'm always on my shit. Even when I'm not on my shit, the next day I'm back on it. It's consistency. It's not perfection. Okay? And it was through me trying to improve my body composition is how I got into great shape. I didn't worry about how much I weigh. Okay? I knew that it's a big progress. I'm constantly not satisfied. I'm proud of myself, but I'm not satisfied. And I always push myself a little bit further, and I'm on this amazing journey to be in the best shape of my life. Because yes, right now, as we speak, I am in the best shape of my life, but in 6 months from now, I'm going to be in better shape. So me knowing that, I'm always on this journey, and it's motivating, right? I'm never at my full potential. And me thinking like that and being in the mental mind frame of always being hungry and wanting more is what motivated me to do this in the first place. So you guys got to find out your why and why you want to do this. You know, there's a million different reasons, but once you find your why, you think about that every day and you focus on these 4 key factors, and you're going to make amazing results. And if you guys have any other questions, I'm going to tag my Instagram down below. I want you guys to shoot me a message. I'm going to be answering questions for free. Honestly, I just want to help out the community. The fitness community is a rewarding place to be working in, but there's a lot of misconceptions that I would like to clarify. And so, yeah, if you have a question, you're not sure about something, message me on Instagram and I'll help you guys out completely free. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap up this video. If you learned something from this video, drop a comment in the comment section and let me know how you enjoyed the video. With that being said, guys, go enjoy the day, whether it's day, night, evening. Stay on track, keep doing your thing, and success is coming. Take care.